Hello, everybody, and welcome to another very exciting session of Let's Play Pokemon Spectrum. This is our spin-off session, and I am here with our 4 spin-off characters. And if you're just tuning in with us, this is our one-shot session. However, we did do a session 0, and I highly recommend that you check out their session 0. I'll put a link somewhere in the upper right hand corner, because not only do we get a chance to get to know these new players, but I also kicked off their origin stories in session 0 as well. So there is a lot of actual story content in their session 0. I did that specifically so I could spend session 1 with the 4 characters together as opposed to just separate. And that's going to be exciting. So before we start, I'm going to begin with the warm-up question. And the warm-up question is, based on what you know about the other 3 characters, the other 3 player characters, which character do you, as a player, this is out of character, as a player, which character do you think would be the most interesting character that you would want yours to interact with, and why?
I'd say for Charlie, what could be interesting to see is definitely Moxie, since they're both very afraid of Pokemon. So seeing them, I'm sure they have different reactions to the same, again, I guess the same trauma. So it would be interesting to see.
And Tannis would be cool too, just because you have so much family drama.
In my case, it would be the family drama that would pull Steven in that, because he really cares about his family and, well, learning about what kind of relationship there was might be interesting to see how Steven would speak about that.
Yeah, and one thing that would be interesting for either, with my character, with either Moxie or Charlie, is to kind of how they would react to her Pokemon, mostly. And him being Machop, very mostly strong, and her and
Very humanoid.
trying to be like, oh, it's okay, he's friendly, he's super nice, and then being just scared over in the corner.
And it is semi-human-like.
So, Moxie, we are going to say that we are in Viridian City, and you are actually out that evening with your sister, Madison, because this is before Madison. This is between the time when Madison was in the Slammer the first time. She was out of the Slammer. Now she's going to be put back into the Slammer, but you don't know that. So this happens before your phone call in session 0, just to make it as non-confusing as possible. So she's out and she's free, and the two of you decided for once to actually go out, and you decided to visit Viridian City, and you can decide whether you're doing this begrudgingly or not. But Madison has somehow convinced you to go with her to this speed dating session. She's going for herself, but she doesn't want to go by herself. So she's pulling you along with her to go to the speed dating thing, and we'll just play it out. So your guys are walking down the street, and Madison, she's in your opinion, she's probably trying a little too hard, because she's dressed not trashily, but you know, she's showing a little bit more than she normally would, like if she were to just, you know, run to the store to buy a milk, for example. She's showing a little bit more, and you know, she put on like her best perfume, and you know, she's put on all this makeup, and she's really excited, and she's like, oh, Moxie, I just wanted to thank you so much for coming with me to this dating speed dating session, and we might be able to find a little someone for you too.
Oh joy.
She says, aw, come on, aren't you a little excited to maybe make some new friends? Possibly even more.
I'm excited that you're going to be doing my chores for a month.
She said, oh yeah, well, take advantage of me right when I got out of the slammer just so I could, you know, do your laundry and clean your stuff. But I guess whatever it takes to go out and do something fun. I mean, this will be good for you.
If you say so.
What do you think? Do I look cute? Do you think I'm gonna be able to find a really nice, handsome young boy? Oh, there's that face. Why that face?
I thought the other dress was prettier, but you know what?
Why didn't you say anything?
I did say something!
Why did you let me leave the house in this outfit if you thought I could have had a better dress instead?
Just because you don't listen to me, it's not my problem.
I listen to you when it's convenient, and this is a very, very convenient time, but an inconvenient timing.
Well, maybe you should wear like a jacket or something. Just, you look cold.
I feel great. I don't think it's cold. What do you? You actually look like you might be wearing a little too much yourself, you know? You should. You've been working out a little bit, kind of.
It's like 40 degrees outside. It is freezing.
She says, well, maybe it's just all of the adrenaline that I'm getting from the excitement. What, like, can you blame me? I've been stuck in prison this entire time, and I think it'd be a very good thing to be able to meet some new people. You've been out here for how long, and you still don't have a date yourself, so...
I am married to my work.
Oh, well. Your work can only take you so far, though. I'm just saying.
I have plenty of time. We're both still young.
Fair enough, fair enough. I would think that there would be tons of girls who would be screaming your name and going after you during all of your concerts.
Yeah.
Have you just never been interested in any of them?
Like I said, I'm married to my work.
Well, I would think that your work would be able to give you some perks, that being one of the obvious things.
We want the different things in life.
I'm just looking out for you, bro. I'm just saying, sometimes I worry about you. You know, I've been in prison for who knows how long, and you've been out here the entire time, and yet you seem a little lonely sometimes.
No, it's because my sister's in prison.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna be dating your sister, so...
I wasn't planning to. But we can hang out. There are other relationships rather than the loving sex kind.
Yeah, like slave labor, doing all of your chores.
Well, that's a relationship too.
She chuckles a little bit as you start to walk into the building. Okay, next. Well done, Faith. Well done. So, Annie, you are also going to this session, but the way that your sister Nevi explained it, this is a friend dating session. So it's not necessarily supposed to be to find somebody romantically, it's more to just meet new people, maybe start some new friendships and all that good stuff. So it's nothing like that. So Nevi is going over, and she's wearing this, like, you know, relatively casual, let's go out on a Friday evening, you know, on a college campus kind of attire. What would you say you're wearing?
Sort of a white and black tuxedo jacket, a sort of black crop top kind of thing, and some shorts that kind of shows off the black work on her legs a bit.
Okay.
So, and is Machop with her, or
Yeah,
Cole with her? by
Machop
any
can be
chance?
out if you want it to be out with you. That's fine. Cole can be out.
Yeah. She's probably holding his hand and kind of
Okay.
futzing with him a little bit, kind of like a mom.
I can see Cole, like, hanging out with you, and he's actually has, like, a really cute bow tie or something along those lines. Yeah, all right. So Cole's got a cute bow tie, and he actually seems really excited. And Nevi is gonna say, Cole looks really cute in that thing. I mean, you gotta be careful. Maybe he might start making more friends than you.
Oh, I know. He's much more personable than I am. Aren't you, little buddy? Aren't ya?
Cole smiles a little bit and beaming, and he's just looking around. I don't know if he's ever been to Viridian City before, but he's definitely in awe, just looking at all of the people walking around, and sometimes he would tug because he would see something, like he might see like some sort of Pokemon food shop, and he would like try to tug to go over there, but you're used to this because he probably tugs you everywhere. So if you were to stop at every single place he tugs you at, you would just never get anywhere. So there's like this one particular shop that's, you know, selling Poka smoothies, and he's like, oh, over there.
Cole, honey, let's stay focused here now. Let's stay by me, sweetie.
So how's the tattoo thing going along?
Pretty good. I might start actually making money off of it soon.
Oh, you haven't been making money from it, like, up to this point?
Well, that's kind of how the whole internship thing works. You gotta work at it and hone your craft a bit more before you actually start making money.
I know you didn't ask for my opinion, but I never understood tattoos. I don't know. I guess I can kind of see the appeal of them, but having something stuck to your skin for pretty much ever, I don't know.
Well, it has been a source of empowerment for me, you know, since everything, you know.
I guess. I'm just thinking, you know, why mess up what Arceus gave you, I guess, is my thinking.
Well, who says you can't make a few improvements, add a few stained glass windows to your temple?
How poetic. Did you learn that at the academy? She asks, teasingly.
I probably just learned more about all that stuff from Hazel more than anything.
Hazel?
One of my friends. She's one of those psychic types, you know.
Ah, I see. Gotcha. Nevi says, and you start to cross the street a little bit, and she says, what, I guess maybe it's just because I just have this thing about needles. Does it hurt? It hurts, right?
Of course it hurts. Of course it hurts. Anyone who says a tattoo doesn't hurt is lying or numb in that place.
Well, the idea of paying someone to do paying someone to inflict pain on me, who's not a doctor, I don't know. For me, that's a little foreign.
The pain is the worst part. What it looks like afterwards is what you pay for.
All right.
And I have to say, my tattoos have been pretty good. apart from some leg ones that I have covered up now. And she kind of gestures toward her black work.
They're you draw. You're very good at your drawing, your art. I mean, I can't argue with that. I just, I guess to each their own.
Yeah. And I'm promised myself that I'm not gonna hound you about straightening your hair every day.
Well, I have to look semi-presentable at the office, I guess, or the station.
In my opinion, curly hair looks just as presentable as straight hair, but might be a bit stricter in your line of work.
Well, for us, the only prerequisite for our hair is that it's blue. Speaking of which, I don't know if I told you this, but just the other day, I started working with the new Jenny at the Force. Get this, it's a dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's new.
I know, right? Technically, his last name is Jenny, so he sort of got around that. He seems cool, I guess. But as you can imagine, a lot of the other members of the Force, they're not really sure what to make of him.
He must have really wanted that job to have changed his name for it.
No,
Shows
he was
dedication.
born. His last name was naturally Jenny.
Really?
Yeah. Kyle Jenny is his name, I think.
Oh, Kyle Jenny. Interesting. I'll have to remember that name.
And you continue walking, and you'll go into the hall where they're having the session. Next, Steven. So, Steven, you are going to the exact same thing with your sister, Alicia. And the reason why you're going is because Dr. Alicia thinks that it would do you some good to try to branch out a little bit, considering your condition. She thought that at least reaching out and making a friend or two might be helpful. I think while you're walking down the street, she's gonna, grab a hold of your arm. So it's ambiguous whether or not that she's your sister or if she's your girlfriend. It's ambiguous. Not that anyone really is paying too much attention, but she's grabbed a hold of her arm and she says, "So, are you feeling nervous, Steven?"
Of course I am. This is completely new to me.
Well, then be completely honest with you. When I first suggested this to you, were you feeling anxious about it or slightly interested?
I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, I know. I mean, this is definitely coming out of your comfort zone, but that's the point. I think that, who knows, you might meet somebody there that you really connect with. It's not always nice to increase your pool of friends whenever possible, I think. Helps you get through some really tough times.
I have data. What do I need? And how have you? Why?
Well, yes, that's very flattering, but, sometimes you need a third or fourth opinion on things.
God.
Just do it for me. Just this once. And if you don't end up enjoying it, then we don't have to do it ever again.
Of course I'm going to do it. You ask it, so it's really hard to say no to you.
Huh? Doctor's orders. She smiles a little bit, and she says, "And who knows? I might be able to make a friend or two myself as well." And she gives her almost a slightly devilish grin, which is cute because Alicia is normally so innocent. So when the fact that she actually gives a little bit more of a devilish grin is like, Alicia.
What are you planning here?
She says, "Oh, nothing. I'm just saying." She says, every now and then it'd be nice to take a little bit of a break from all of the, you know, psychology aspect of myself. Sometimes I just want to take a break and, I don't know, pretend I'm back in college sometimes.
I guess you were the social one.
She looks at you and says, Steven, am I sensing a little bit of overprotectiveness, brotherly overprotectiveness from you?
I'm not going to say anything.
And then she sort of chuckles a little bit as you guys walk on, and she says, well, like I said, I don't know. I think that meeting someone who I don't have to analyze psychologically would probably do me some good. No offense, she says as she she pets your arm.
None taken. I can totally understand that.
All right, and then last but not least, Charlie. We're gonna be with Charlie now. So Charlie, you are actually already at the event because you're actually there in town. You're in Kanto to help cater the event. So you've got a lot of your baked goods put out. So they paid you to provide them with an assortment of cupcakes, cake pops, maybe some coffee, things like that. Tell me what the Busy Bees has prepared for this event, for this.
There's pretty much a mix of everything. There are vanillite extract cones.
Okay.
There are some honey glazed donuts.
Okay.
Some carrot cupcakes and muffins. There's a lot of everything, so
Okay.
everyone can have something, may they be vegan or not.
Okay. And we're gonna say that you invited to help you, in addition to some of the other members of the Busy Bee Bakery, you also invited your sister, Carolyn. Carolyn is how you pronounce it, right?
Yes.
Your sister, Carolyn, to help you as well, and also maybe even recommended to Carolyn to actually participate in the speed friending. So Carolyn is there, and Carolyn is not a good cook by any stretch of imagination. Every time she tries to bake something, it's like hard as a rock. They're not fluffy or moist, and it just tastes awful if you bite into it. So she's nervously putting some of the cakes onto the display. Now the thing about Carolyn is that she actually has an amputated arm. So just above her elbow, her left elbow is amputated. And the reason it was amputated is because she lost it during the war. When she's out in public, she actually has a synthetic mechanical arm that she is getting used to right now. It's something that she just got recently, because before she just went through life just with one arm, and just recently she started, they were able to get her this synthetic arm on her, and she's, carefully trying to place the cupcakes on display without them toppling over. But you can see her, getting some of the kinks out of her mechanical arm, and she starts cursing under her breath. This thing is, sometimes it's a blessing and sometimes it's a curse.
Well, at least it's not one of the first prototypes they got you.
Yeah, this one is supposed to be a much more advanced model, and I have to say, it's got a lot more mobility, but I still haven't quite figured out all of the controls yet.
The fingers do bend alright, though?
Yeah, they bend all right. Hopefully nobody's gonna, think I'm a freak or anything when I'm doing this friend dating thing.
Oh, please. If anything, they think I'm a freak. Do you know how awkward I get when people get close to me?
Yeah, well, but you're actually feeding everybody with all these cakes, so I think you got a little bit of a leg up on me.
Still, that's what I do. Feeding
Or an
people.
arm up, I guess.
Really though, catering, it's a thing. It's a lot of work. I don't like getting out of the bakery.
Why exactly do you think people would think you're a freak?
I'm socially awkward. I make weird first impressions. People just think I don't know, some sort of a I don't know, an anti-social nerd or something.
I think you're a little too self-conscious. That's what I think.
Maybe.
I think that sometimes you hide behind your cupcakes and you hide behind your honey donuts when you could be putting yourself out there and, taking more of a risk in making friends. I mean, we're at a speed friending event. Maybe you should try to put yourself in the mix too.
Me?
Well, yeah.
Okay. If
I can take care of the cash stuff. You trust me with the money, right? I mean, come on now.
Of course.
I'm your sister. But I mean, I'm also a ranger, so I wouldn't do anything devious behind your back, would I?
I don't think so.
Well,
But
good.
I trust you.
I'll tell you what.
Enough.
You take this ticket, and when we start the speed friending thing, you can go and practice some of your social skills. They won't get better until you try using them.
I'll do my best.
She says, "That's my brother." No, go get him, Mark 9, she says.
Alright.
So you're all gonna get yourselves gathered into this hall, and there's this beautiful display of baked goods. There's like a coffee area, and a gentleman is going to get up onto a podium near the front. The gentleman is gonna look like that. Okay, and he's got this Pokemon, this black Pokemon bird named Inky on his shoulder. And, people have been already started chatting, and he gets up on the podium and says, "All right, okay, attention everybody. Hi. Okay, my name is Keith." And the entire congregation goes, "Hi, Keith." Yeah, thanks. If you don't know me, my name is Keith, and I'm a journalist, and I'm here, we're sponsoring today's event, our speed friending event. Meanwhile, Madison, who's sitting right next to Moxie, whispers, "Wait, speed friendin'? This is a speed friendin' session?
Hey, that's
nuts."
what you said you needed, right?
Well, this just got a little bit less, exciting. Keith says, "Okay, so basically the rules are, you guys will each have about 5 minutes to chat with each other, and then when I ring this bell," and there's a bell in front of them, ding, one of you, the ones who are sitting on the chair to the right, to my right, the person sitting in the chair on my right will rotate over to the next table and chat with that person for another 5 minutes, and you'll keep going. Really, really easy. Just some tips. You can start by talking about Pokemon. Some of you brought Pokemon with you, so maybe you could, show them your Pokemon. whatever it would take to break the ice. I can be here to help facilitate a conversation if you want, to make things a lot smoother, especially since some of you might be a little shy or, really trying to get out of your shell. So all I'm gonna say is just try to have fun. Everybody here are just as nervous as you, and even if they don't seem that nervous, it's all just a front. We're all here just to try to have fun and to make some new friends. And if there's anyone in particular that you wanted to keep in touch with, then you can basically, if you don't want to feel comfortable asking them yourselves, you can let me know that you're interested in getting somebody's information. And if that person approves it, then we can pass it along to you. Does anybody have any questions before we begin? Okay, so let's go get you guys set up with your first set. Okay, so out of character, everybody roll let's do charm this time. Everybody roll their charm. So Annie, Charlie, you guys are sitting together at a table now, and in game you have 5 minutes to chat. So go ahead.
Hi.
Hello. And you can see she has a purple machop in her lap with a little bow tie on. My name's Annie. What's yours? Oh, and this is little Cole, my little mountain man. Say, wave, Cole.
Cole waves, and then he does a flex, and then he does a flex, because he likes to show off his muscles. And he's cute, he's adorable, he's not ridiculously muscular, but you can see definition.
He's such a little cutie.
We'll say Bug is flying around, buzzing around your head as well.
Yeah. At first, Charlie's kind of giving a very nervous smile. He looks like he's psyching himself up. Kind of like, okay, deep breath, Charlie, baby steps. It's not gonna attack you. Hi!
Did you say that out
okay?
loud or into your head?
Well, whispered under breath.
He whispered it under his breath. Roll a perception, Annie. Roll a perception for me.
Perception.
7? Okay. So you at least saw that Charlie was saying something really softly and you couldn't hear what he was saying. And then he said, hi, you said? Is Charlie said
Yeah.
hi? Okay.
My name is Charlie, and that flying somewhere is Bug.
You notice, by the way, Annie, that Charlie is probably wearing the Busy Bee uniform.
Yeah, an apron. The Busy Bee apron, and I don't know if you have had any of the baked goods yet so far. They're free. Did you have any of the baked goods when you came in?
She had a quarter of one pastry.
Okay.
Just to try it, but she doesn't have any anymore. So she says, oh, you're the one that brought all the pastries, right?
Yes, I was not supposed to participate, but somehow things happened. And
well, the little bit that I had without completely bloating out and getting all my baby fat back, it was pretty good.
That's good to know. Thank you. Tony's trying really hard to look at Annie in the eyes, but his eyes always kind of go down to Cole.
Oh, don't worry about this little guy. He's friendly. He's not aggressive at all.
The other bit of the pastry that you didn't eat, he's trying to grab, because he was like, well, if you're not gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat
it. She scoots toward so he can reach it, so he can eat it.
He takes it and he starts He's getting like getting crumbs all over the place. But...
And she probably just grabs a napkin and kind of dabs his face a little bit. Maybe spits in it and kind of rubs it.
He definitely failed table manners when he was at the academy. He
Yes.
definitely failed it.
So, do you come here often?
Not particularly, no.
What's your sign? Haven't seen you around here. I love it.
It's actually my first time in this city.
Oh, yeah. I've been in this city for a little while, but it seems very lively place. And by the way, the come here often line, did you rehearse that?
No.
Just checking. It seems to be one of those lines that gets used on me a lot, so.
I try.
And your try is a very good try. And her
Thank you.
grin kind of widens, and she kind of sits a little bit more forward, kind of looking you up and down.
Charlie, it's at this point that you're gonna notice some of Annie's tattoos, and they're really nice. So the tattoos that Charlie might be able to visually see, what do they look like?
The one that probably he notices first is on her neck. There's a large pink rose, and on the other side of her neck, there's a kind of a thinner, stylized looking mixture of an Ekans and onyx. And on her fingers, there's actually there's black dots on the tips of her fingertips.
Okay. All of the ink work, especially the ones on her neck, are very, very well done.
Your tattoos. That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. She kind of blushes a little bit, kind of messing with her hair a little bit, and she may have a little napkin may have fallen over something, and she kind of reaches to grab it and puts it back up.
Oh my god, did you just do the bend and snap? Did you just bend and snap? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, the bend and snap works every time!
I know.
You know what I'm talking about, okay.
Yeah, she may have subtly bent.
Oh my gosh, I love this. So, how do you react to that, Charlie?
He's kind of wondering what's happening. He's just okay. And I'm not that good of an artist. If you give me a frosting bag, though, cake decoration is something I'm better at.
Oh, I know some basic cooking, you know. I make a mean candy bar for my little mountain man, but not much else. So.
Meanwhile, at another table, Moxie and Steven have sat down together. So, what happens when the two of you are sitting next to each other?
What's up? My name's Sky. I'm 25. I like Netflix and chocolate bars.
Hi. Name's Steven. This is really weird for me. Never been to these kind of things ever.
Oh, were you dragged too?
Doctor's orders.
Oh, well. At least, did you get anything out of it?
Yeah, it's hard to say no to her. really... When the sister asks you to come, it's kind of hard to say no.
Sure.
Moxie's thinking, really? It's easy for me to say no to my sister. Moxie's really? Okay.
So, what do you do for fun?
Fun? I'm a huge computer nerd. Just... It's really everything I do is somehow related to computers or something. I'm really not good with people. God, this is awkward.
It's fine. We're just strangers. You'll probably never see me again. Say what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can be as weird as you want at these
Do you have
things.
Yeah. Do you have a Pokemon?
I do. I have a Rowlet.
Oh. That's not really usual, though mine is much rarer than yours, I think. I have a Porygon.
And just to reiterate, again, Faith, Porygons are very rare. So if somebody has a Porygon, they're either A, using it to hack things, or B, are trusted to have such a thing that they wouldn't just hack random things. So you can decide how you react to that.
What's a Porygon?
Oh, it's... I pull out the Pokemon and throw it out. And Theta calls them out.
Yeah, and Theta comes out, and Theta is a... Like I said, it looks robotic to you, and some of its joints are spinning around, and it seems to be looking at you very curiously, and it starts to move towards your direction, and you're backing away.
Oh, don't worry, Theta's just curious.
Theta's... There are these beams of light starts to come out, and then it starts scanning you.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Theta, could you stop that?
He stops like mid scan, and then he looks in your direction, and his eyes give you sort of like a disappointed look, almost like I was halfway done.
They don't seem to be... Well, it seemed to be awkward for them, so don't, please.
His head hangs down, and then he backwards, like he doesn't turn around, but he moves backwards towards your direction with his head hanging down.
Yeah, Theta helps me with my work sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Okay.
into, well, security business. Sorry about that. It's... Theta just scans people to identify them and just how he is.
So computers, that's really my thing, but you see the girl with the red hair down there. You might want to talk to her.
Okay. Well, if it comes up to her, so... Then yeah. I don't
guys
know
will
how
get
these things work, so...
You'll get along famously.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, computers. Things.
Oh. Okay, so you know her?
Yeah, that's my sister. That's the one that drove me here.
Oh, you were tracked here by her.
Yes. But, you know, I get something out of it, so.
Well, that's good for you then.
It is.
You guys okay so far? The interactions between so far is so adorable. It's so cute.
The Charlie and Andy scene, my goodness.
The Charlie and Andy scene was adorable, and putting Steven and Moxie together was also amusing. so far too.
The shipping starts.
Your sister dragged you here. My sister dragged me here. Well, we got one thing in common. So we're gonna say on the second round, the bell will ring, and then you guys will shift seats, and this time we will pair Annie with Moxie, and then Steven with Charlie. Did Steven have any of the free baked goods? It smelled good coming into the. Okay,
yes,
what of all of the items? If you can remember what Kiwi was saying was being offered, what items did you try to eat? I guess.
I think Steven would have taken some of the vanilla cakes.
Okay. You'll try. When you tried the vanilla cakes, it was moist, it was fluffy, and it was probably one of the best baked goods you've ever had. Whoever made them was very gifted. So yeah. So now you sit in front of Charlie now. What happens between the two of you?
Hi.
Oh, hello. Hi.
I'm Charlie.
I'm Steven. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You work with the Honeybee Bakery.
Yes, I do.
Did you make those bakeries that were served here?
I did.
Well, I have to say those were delicious. I think I have never tasted anything better.
Thank you. It's good to have some feedback on my bakings, actually.
Yeah, well, I kind of have to bake for all cooking I did myself. I couldn't let anyone else, at least my sister, to do any of the cooking. She's not really good at it.
Oh, I get that. My sister's bakes are not excellent. She's trying though. Well,
when Alicia, my sister, she could even ruin eggs that she make. So she's not really good at it.
They'll get better eventually.
Hopefully. I like to eat her cooking, but yeah, I still eat her cooking, but still it's really
barely edible.
Yes.
That sounds like what Carolyn cooks. So, what do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm in cybersecurity. I check people's systems if there's any problems, and if I find any holes in their security, I fix them.
That's really interesting. I don't know how computers work, so it's impressive.
Yeah, well, I have a little help with that. I have my Pokemon here that helps me with that.
Oh?
Yeah. I keep really could say is a computer. They're probably somewhere probably behind Steven.
Oh.
And even if it is small, it is quite big for Pokemon actually. It would be about... It is quite big.
He kind of looks back to Tata, just trying to keep his eyes on Steven.
But it's at this moment, as you glance at Theta actually, his attention verted somewhere else, because right now he's looking towards the direction of this Machop coal. This Machop coal, starts apparently has wandered off, and Theta is now scanning the Machop.
Hey, my name is Moxie. I'm 25. I like Netflix and chocolate, and I was dragged here.
My name is Annie. I'm 24. I like drawing and Pokemon. And I was kind of dragged here, kind of not. Yeah, my sister thinks that I need to make some more friends.
All these sisters.
Yeah.
This is a sister. This must be a sister thing. Older.
Older or younger? Younger.
Older.
Oh.
I guess it doesn't matter. Well, did you get anything out of it?
I have. I've met someone kind of cute.
Oh.
Curly hair, fuzzy bee apron, very adorable.
Right now, that she points to somebody who's talking to the person you just spoke with, Stephen. So Stephen and Charlie are now talking together with each other.
That's nice.
Have you made any progress?
Oh, well, people aren't really. No.
The feeling. I know the feeling.
Annie, roll a it'll be at this moment, I think, Annie, that you finally recognize Moxie, maybe because Moxie is a musician, like it's the FPFs, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, the FPFs, which is known to be a band who have flying Pokemon. Each band member has a flying Pokemon. You probably might have heard some of their music in passing. I'll let you decide like how much you are a fan of their music or what. But you definitely recognize Moxie, not at this point.
And have I seen you somewhere before? Are you I can't quite place it, but I know you from somewhere.
Oh, I have a very recognizable face. Not what I meant. The kind of face people think they've seen.
Oh. Interesting.
I get that a lot.
So what kind of music do you like?
Oh, the popular stuff.
I'm more of an alternative girl myself.
There's some good stuff in there too.
Yeah. Although I do have an embarrassing emo face. I won't get too much into that though.
Didn't we all?
And at this point she Cole's probably wandered off somewhere, and she sort of waves him over like, Cole, sweetie, come back, please.
Cole will sigh a little bit because I think right now he's enamored by this Porygon because he's never seen a Porygon before. Mm-hmm. And we'll say that the Porygon starts scanning Cole, and Cole, doesn't even notice. He's just like watching.
At that
light,
she just kind of gets up from the table and grabs him and like, whoop. Nope.
Aww.
Okay.
Tita, what are you doing there?
If this was a Japanese anime, you'd start seeing all the random like symbols like popping out of him as if he's like really frustrated. It's like, I'm trying to be useful. I'm trying to be useful here. You can notice that's the gist you're getting from Theta.
Tita, calm down. Just calm down, please. I don't make a scene, please.
The Pokemon frustratingly obeys. At this point, Theta looks very bored.
Sorry, Theta, this is not really biting either.
Yeah.
Bug notices the Porygon, and Bug's never seen a Porygon before, and starts to fly closer to Theta. Theta raises an eye towards Bug, but then he looks at Steven, and then he looks at the Bug, and he looks at Steven again. As if to say, are you going to stop me from scanning this one too?
Good Theta scan. Is that your Pokemon?
Yes, that's Bug. And it's just
it's
scanning,
nothing to...
right?
Yeah, it's just scanning. It's nothing dangerous at all. It just wants the information.
That's good. Yeah, if Bug wants to do it, it's up to you, buddy.
Bug seems to be intrigued, so Bug was gonna nod.
Well, you have their permission, Theta.
Theta puffs up as if, oh, finally, I get to do something. And then he starts to scan Bug up and down. And you know that in order to get the results of the scan, Theta stores it, but you can get the results if you connect them up to your laptop. Or even your you might even be able to have something on your personal phone. On your phone that you might be able to connect to for Theta. To dock. You would basically have a device that Theta docks on, and then it connects via either USB or Firewire or whatever to your phone, if you want to see what the data is from Theta.
That's quite... Would Steven realize that that's a shiny Pokemon?
Yeah, he would.
That's an unusual Pokemon you have there.
You mean a Cutiefly? I know they're not really common around here. I'm from Alola, so...
Yeah, that too, but it's a shiny.
How? I mean, yes, he glitters from time to time. That's...
It's just rare to see a shiny Pokemon. It's really rare.
Oh. Is that what they call Pokemon that's not the color they're supposed to be?
Yes, that's what they call shiny Pokemon.
Oh, I lived a lie.
Bug turns to Charlie immediately, as if you just insulted it by saying the color it's not supposed to be. It looks vastly offended.
Oh, Bug, you know I didn't mean it like that. Hey, you're unique! In a good way. Yeah.
Well, so what kind of bakeries do you do?
Oh, I do a lot. At first, when I got into culinary school, I wasn't really planning to go in baking. I did pretty much general studies in there. But baking kind of piqued my interest more than the rest. I do pretty much everything that is pastry.
Well, that's that's impressive. I can't do any just basic baking, but anything that special.
It's actually kind of chemistry. Kind of like chemistry. It's... You need to have the right times, the right amount of flour or sugar. It's really interesting to go and make your own recipes.
Yeah. You make your own recipes?
Some of them. They're not all that good yet, but... I'm kidding.
Steven, you disagree, personally.
No, I think your pastries are really good.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't know what that thing was doing. You understand, buddy.
Cole turns and his eyes like fall on Moxie now.
Great.
And Moxie has pulled her chair back when he sees Cole. You've probably noticed that.
Oh, don't worry, he's super friendly. He's not that much of a tough guy.
A matcha. Its body is pure muscle. Its special attack is the seismic toss.
Not this one. He's a bit more mellow. He's much more mellow than most.
Uh-huh.
He likes to think he's tough, though.
Oh.
She kind of pincers his cheek a little bit.
He starts to look a little bit hurt when you keep saying that he thinks he's tough.
Oh, sweetie, you know I love you. And she kind of strokes his head a bit.
He looks like he's seething a little bit, like you're patronizing him.